Hey, so it's 2582 coming back at you with another video. And yes, I finally was able to get one of my holy grails in Hot Wheels. And I say one of because there's obviously way too many to count, but this one I really wanted to find at least one. And I think I might have gotten lucky or just a pure coincidence. I ended up finding two of them for really like robbery levels of pricing. Of course I didn't steal it. It was more of a steal. I think you know what I mean. And of course, have it in bubble wrap here. You might have already seen the thumbnail if I might have edited it or not. Of course, I picked this up on eBay secondhand, and you can kind of tell, maybe you could kind of tell what it is. So, I'm use my knife here to cut the tape out of here if I can here. So, of course, this is one I've been wanting for a while, and you know, I've been wanting it just because of the car. And unfortunately, because of that, I have a huge story to kind of talk about and why it's pretty rare now and just crazy expensive. And it's this, the Hot Wheels Vector W8. I honestly can't believe that I already have this one, or I already got one, and then I found another one. So I'm very excited to have this one. It never gets old. Like, this is one, like I said, I've been wanting for a long while, and now I finally have it in my possession. So, of course, this is not going to be a new review. It's more of me just glazing this car and just how much I've been wanting it, and also the interesting story behind this car and why it's so sought out after. So, I'm going to give you a little spin on here. So, of course, this one was released back in 2012, if I remember, in the Hot Wheels Boulevard series. So, it was the premium line. Of course, it was metal base and rubber tires. And I think it was part of the series. I think it was called Ahead of Its Time. Which, of course, this car in real life really was ahead of its time. It was produced in the late 80s, early 90s. By Vector Aeromotive, not Automotive, Aeromotive, which is of course why they got kind of this fighter style jet style of cars, and the interior, it looks like they just took pieces off of a jet, like a fighter jet, and put it into this car, which is what I find very interesting. And it's not the first time Hot Wheels has ever released a Vector. It was their last time, unfortunately, because their previous casting was the Vector WX3, or the Avtec WX3. And this one was a first edition in 1993. And they've released a bunch of the colors, but I believe the first color was actually a Vector employee, just like an employee exclusive of 200 cars, which is super rare if you could be able to find one. But if you do, expect to pay a pretty penny for that. Of course, it's in silver and such, but the common one, it was in purple, and they also released one in black. And then they finally released the new Vector casting, the W8, but unfortunately, Vectors doesn't really exist, and they kind of got into a hostile takeover with another company, and the CEO was fired for that. And they just couldn't get the licensing. But apparently, from what I've heard, is that Vector wanted Hot Wheels to pay them instead of Vector paying Hot Wheels, which I don't know how licensing really works. I don't know who's the one that's supposed to be paying the rights to use it, if they're letting Hot Wheels borrow the license, or if Hot Wheels needs to purchase it. I'm not going to get into discussion of that, but that's what I've heard. Apparently, allegedly, is that the founder, Jerry Weigert, wanted that to happen. He's, of course, the guy who founded and designed most of the Vector cars, before he unfortunately lost him in 2021. But yeah, this is an awesome car, and because of that, there was only one release of this Vector W8, so the only one you'll be able to get is in red. That's it. But the funny thing about it was that they were all peg warmers. No one picked them up. No one got them, or people who really did buy them was just to swap out the wheels. But because of that, they were sitting on shelves. No one bought them, so they threw them out, or something. Maybe they gave it in a donation or something like that. They'll probably end up at Goodwill or something. I don't know, or wholesale. And because of that, there's a kind of a shortage. Well, not a shortage, but like because it's a one-off car and no one bought them, and you know the whole story of licensing and such. That's why it went from like maybe $5 at the time to now 100 plus counting. Um, of course, I did not pay that much. I paid like less than half of that for not just one, but two of them. So yeah, this one. This one is probably going to be not my burner car. I just don't want to keep it like this. But this one has some paint chips right here, and a little. The wheel was a little bent, but I was able to fix it a little bit. And there's a little bit of chrome loss on the front, the right front wheel. But other than that, it's still pretty clean. But of course, this one is the cleaner version of it. So there should be little to no imperfections. Well, besides what the factory gave out on the car. There shouldn't be too many paint chips or any at all. It should be very, very mint. I just got lucky finding them on eBay loose, and once I saw them for a great price, I'm like, I'm biting the bullet. And then I saw another one, I'm like, I'm biting the bullet too. Don't worry, I'm not a scalper. I'm not going to be reselling these. I just want to keep them. I just love the Vector W8. I'm sure a lot of y'all appreciate it too. Unfortunately, I might have bought two of them, and I hope you don't get mad at me for that. I just love this car, and you know, I had to take an opportunity. I just kind of had to. It's just not really a car you see often. But let's take a look at the finer details here. So there's almost no too much going on here besides the casting, of course. We got the front. This is the most design you'll see the entire video. So we got a Vector logo on the bottom of the front windshield. We got twin turbo. The other one is actually a little higher. I think I would have preferred how it looks here, but this was probably from factory. So not all cars are going to be perfect here. Got a roof window. We got a little black detail on there, painted. We got a Vector W8 twin turbo badge that is on both sides. In real life, it is actually the emblem, but of course it's painted on here. Here's the front. No front light details. In real life, these are actually pop-ups, pop-up headlights, somewhat. But unfortunately, it's not modeled on here. The wheels, I've heard a lot of people say they don't like them. I don't mind them. I like how deep dish they are. They probably would have chosen a different type of wheel. I've seen people like swap them out with the aero disc wheels, which I'll be honest, does look great. But honestly, I do like the deep dish wheels on this one. It kind of makes it look very nice, very not stance, but like a little tuned and such. Like if you're a roller, I guess. And here's the back. No detail at all. They kind of modeled like where the license plate would be here, which is on one side, interestingly enough. And here's the left side, and it's literally that's it. And the base, all metal, of course. So it is a little heavy. Made in copyright 2011 Mattel, so it was released in 2012. The first and only time, and this is on treaded Real Rider tires. I'm very happy to have this one finally. Obviously, it's going to be one of my favorite cars in my collection of all time. There is just no contest here. I don't think it's going to be my favorite. It's probably going to be my favorite licensed model just because I love the company Vector. They just did really cool cars, and you know, and they don't exist anymore, but they were wild, man. This thing was faster than any other production car that was made at the time when it first came out, and you know, it's faster than the Corvette or Ferraris or Lamborghinis and such. And all this is coming from GM. You know, they didn't use a manual transmission on this. Another fun fact. They use a 3-speed automatic transmission in like a normal GM passenger car. So, and it popped out like what, 600 something horsepower on this. Yeah, it's a wild car. Let me have both of these cars on here. How could I not here? Look at this beautiful pair of Vectors. Just so stunning. It's just so nice. It looks like a Countach. It's just more Americanized, I guess, if you want to put it that way. It's so nice. You know, I've seen other people, want to try to paint the other. I've heard other people want to paint the other factory colors, but probably not going to touch it. Yeah, it's just so beautiful. I love these. These are awesome. And because of that, I might not have the third one here, the other Vector. Now we got a pair of 3 Vectors on here. I'm very happy to have these. I'm so happy. Finally happy to have this. I just can't stop saying that I'm so happy. I'm just really excited that I have my holy grail of Hot Wheels, or one of. As the WX3 just fell, that's just nice. So yeah, that has been kind of my glazing, and finally my I'm just speechless. That I finally have the Vector W8 car in my collection. So if you enjoyed this glazing of this car, I guess, please give it a like, subscribe. We're trying to reach those 1,000 subscribers. We're getting so close, y'all. We're getting there very quickly. I'm very happy for all of your support and just staying with me and just dealing with all of these diecasts. That's what I'm really doing. Just car racing and diecasts. That's all I do, and it's pretty cool that now I have almost close to 1,000 people who like this sort of stuff. So I'm very appreciative of that, y'all. I'm very happy. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Peace.